So we're inside our first game project, and a couple of things I want to note is at the top right hand side you could click and see that you have the name of the project that you created in the when you created this thing. So JG3P tutorial version 1. So you can see it's easy to see what one we have. Other parts of the screen, you're going to see the viewport. This is when you look up here, you see viewport. This is where it's going to be the gameplay, like where you're gonna see what your game is. You can maneuver around in here, and I will go over how to maneuver. I just want to first talk about what each part of the screen is. So you can see, right, I can maneuver around in here. And I'm just using my arrow keys. I actually use WASD on your keyboard, and those will help you maneuver around in here to look around and see what's going on. And that's your viewport. Then at the bottom left-hand side, you'll see that you have some buttons here that you can push. So I have the content drawer, which if you click that and click it open, you'll see it pops up. This is basically, if we go and look at the file folder that was created for us, you'll see it has content. It has the same information here that it does here, right? So we have all the content that we have in this. And so there's various information in here. This is where like you have assets. So assets are items that you're going to be putting into the game, and they also call them actors in Unreal. And so everything's an actor in Unreal. We'll talk about that. But so like my character that is on the screen, this is his, setup. So you could see the meshes. So this is like his body. So so they call him Manny a lot. So it's a mannequin. And so you can see the different forms of it. If we go down here to third person and blueprints, you'll see our third person character. I could double click that and it'll open up, and if I click on viewport, you can see your character and you can maneuver around. So that's your content drawer. So that's where everything that is going to be on here. You could also go down here to the engine and content, and you see even more information. There's a ton of stuff in this folder system that you have here. Other parts of your screen, on the right hand side over here, you'll notice what I did here was it was kind of small over here. You'll see that there's a line going down next to this where like between the viewport and the wording that's over here. And if you take your mouse and you hover over that line, it should switch from the cross hex that is right now to two side arrows pointing. And you click and drag to the left to make the window bigger. And so the top part here is what's called the outliner. The outliner basically has a list of everything that's in your viewport. Everything that's in your game that is in what you're going to be playing right now is here. And I can also do the same thing about making things smaller and bigger by hovering your mouse and getting a thing here. You can see everything that's in here, and clicking on any of it is going to highlight it on the screen. And then a trick that I'm going to tell you about is hitting the F key, as in Frank. And if I hit F, it automatically zooms me to that location. So I'm just going to take one. So this is a ramp, right? It's kind of nice that they give you names that are similar. And so that, you can see it took me directly to that ramp. So any of the ramps, it'll directly take me to it. And it's kind of nice, right? Let's see, what's another? Oh, the player start. So if I click that, that's where the player starts. So that's these. In the outliner level, you could select multiple things. You could delete things. Like say, I don't want any of the cubes. I could collect these cubes and I could hit delete, and then those cubes are gone. I can then do edit, undo, delete elements, or Control Z, and they'll be back. So just that you can see something here, and that's this part. And then over here is world settings. And this is just where it has different information that you can change about each item. When we need to change things, I'll show you, but just so you know that that's what's on this side here, is that you can play around and you can click on different things in this. So this would let you change information about any of the items that you click here. So if you click on anything, you'll see that this will probably change, and it has, and you can click on details. Details is the part you're more likely going to be in, and I'll go over some of this in a later video of the actual positionings of everything. But so that's the main window. Again, to get any of the, so like you can change the size of these, right? My content drawer, if I wanted to, I can dock it. And so that means it's always up and in the window. And again, I can have it change the size. And if you lose any of these, they're over here. So you can see like right here, if I click off details, or like if I close my details window, right? I could go to Windows and Details, and you see the checkbox is gone, and now I click it again and it's back. So if you lose anything, don't worry about it. Like, right, if I lose the outliner, I can go to Windows and Outliner and click it and it'll come back. So again, viewport, you have information about the items that you're on, and then your content browser is where you store all the items that you have in your system.